More news now. A developing story underway at the Tennessee Capitol building. Lawmakers today heard what could happen if they reject nearly $2 billion in federal education money.
A group considering the consequences met today. News Channel 11's Jayana Scurry found out a school director from Northeast Tennessee was there as well. Jayana?
Sarah Casey, Hawkins County Director of Schools, Matt Hickson, along with school leaders from other Tennessee districts, were invited to the hearing to talk about how their schools are using federal money. Hawkins County Schools has a budget of roughly $70 million, and 10% comes from federal funding.
So roughly $7 million goes to our schools to out of those federal funds for specific purposes to assist students that need additional help beyond what our local dollars and state dollars can provide.
Bristol Senator John Lundberg says they're not trying to take away educational funding, but they're instead finding other ways to fund it without having federal guidelines.
Have greater freedom to do what you want with that without the federal government. Frankly, we're trying to figure out what are the strings that the federal government is putting on those dollars. We're not talking about taking away the dollars. We're talking about taking away, frankly, those strings and what can the state potentially do more effectively.
The Sycamore Institute, a nonpartisan think tank group, also presented and said if federal funding is denied, many of the strings attached would still apply, though that may end up in a potential court battle. Hawkins County Director of Schools Matt Hickson says they use a needs survey to see how to use the federal funding at each specific school. Hickson says he speaks for many rural school districts.
Would we ever consider being able to truly close the gap between those that are poor and don't have the means unless they get federal money or additional resources because they have a lack of ability to raise local revenues compared to those around them?
Northeast Tennessee State Representative Timothy Hill is also in the working legislative group.
If there were a state program that came along that mirrored, the federal grant programs that had a potential incremental increase, or let's say it met the same timetable, but it was the funding was state dollars and federal, would it make a difference?
The Sycamore Institute also reported that if Tennessee does reject the education federal funding, Tennesseans' tax dollars will go to other states.